The champ is here. The champ is here. Last time I said that to Jessica McCaskill, she had just won the lightweight championship. Now I can say it to her as the undisputed welterweight champion of the world. Jessica, how does it feel to be such a champion?
It feels great. It feels very much, I feel very much normal. But I'm very happy to be able to share this with everybody. Everybody is really excited about what's going on. So it's just great to be able to share this with everyone.
How long did it take to sink in what you accomplished last Saturday?
I knew what stakes were in front of me before we went in. And so you kind of prepare yourself a little bit mentally beforehand. But the night of was really insane. Like the last time I looked at my phone, it was like 3 a.m. and a couple people drove to Oklahoma to see us, and our phones were going crazy. I have no idea what time I went to bed. It was just like a very blissful moment to share with the
Uh,
team.
Let me ask you, Cecilia Burkus, I hope I said her last name right. She had defended her championship 25 times, tying
Hmm.
Joe Louis for the most times for defending the title. You take this fight, what's your mindset going into it?
To upset the party. I want to take whatever people think is going to happen and just shake it up and rattle everything. There was so much on the line. She had never been beaten before. She had a record that she was trying to break herself. And there's just a lot of people that are just kind of unsure of Team McCaskill, and so I just had to set the record straight.
Now, you went in as a 6-1 underdog. This may sound silly, but as a kid, I had a parakeet named Underdog. So I'm serious. I'm serious.
That's awesome.
Underdog. What did you
Yes.
think when you saw everybody like, she's 6-1 underdog. She can't do this. What
I
what did that
mean,
make you think?
the odds were maybe 12 to 1, 10 to 1 in April when we were first originally supposed to fight. So, I mean, the odds are always against me. And that's very much true in boxing and in life. I've come across a lot of different things that I've been able to overcome. And I'm used to being the underdog, and it's no pressure. It's just kind of the way of life. And like I said, my job is to upset the party.
Now, I've never been in a ring as a boxer. Once you get into the ring round
Mhm.
after round, do you say to yourself, hey, I won this round, or do you just go out and listen to what Rick has to tell you?
I Rick is very outspoken, so he definitely controls a lot of the pace and the information that's flowing. I listen to him directly, and so he'll be talking during the fight, and I can hear him while I'm in the ring giving instruction, and I try to execute as quickly as possible, and just try to be very effective. So I'm going off of his vibe because I can feel what's going on inside, but then seeing it on the outside live and then also seeing it on TV, it's all kind of like three different visions of the fight, and I can't just rely on one. So I very much rely on his input.
Mhm. Why did you take this fight?
We were looking at Cecilia for a while. I met her in 2017 in Vegas. We were both at a UFC fight, Holly Holm and Cyborg. And Rick in Chicago, being the manager that he is, he was networking for me, texting me, "Hey, go meet so and so. They're in this seat, this aisle." So I was networking at the fight and met her, and I just really thought, I guess maybe I was sizing her up at the time, and I thought, we could fight her one day. I've never set my sights low or mediocre. I've always shot for the very top of the food chain, and so it's just been something in the back of our minds. And they asked us to come out for a training camp one, I think it was spring, and we
Mm-hmm.
turned it down because we didn't want to give them any free looks because one day we might fight her. And then we were actually in negotiations to be her last fight on HBO. And we talked to Eddie Hearn. He asked us to let the offer expire and then we would just work with him. So it's just been getting closer and closer over time, and looking for a fight, looking for something big and worth doing. Rick talked to Eddie and said, "Hey, how about Cecilia?" And he said, "Let me call you back," and they made it happen.
Okay. Fight's over. You're in the middle of the ring, waiting for the decision. What's going through your mind when you hear the new?
Oh my gosh. Two like when he started to announce the scores, I thought this might be a draw, and I don't think, we'll be happy with that. And I just kept thinking and new and new and new, and he had this long pause and he finally says it, and I was very happy to do that, for myself, for my team. They work so hard. Their mindset is no days off, just like me. Me and Rick are always at the gym every single day. We were even in the gym right after we got off the plane, just kind of checking on things, and so it's very rewarding. And honestly, Rick has been working to get world titles longer than I have, if you think about it. So
Right,
I'm very happy to be able to execute this for the team.
which is beautiful. I loved your speech after you won it. This was for the homeless 9-year-old Jessica. This for the young
Yeah,
lady that people thought was weird. When
yeah,
you were homeless, did you,
yeah.
and I don't think you're weird, but when you were homeless and you were a youngster, did you envision that down the road you could become the best boxer in the world?
Boxer, no, but I knew that I would definitely touch this world in one way or another. And I just wanted to be a positive influence and a positive role model. And I wanted to be internationally known, as I used to put it as a kid. And so I just didn't know where, God was going to place me. And this is where I ended up.
Why did you think you were weird as a kid? You said the little girl that
Oh my
thought she
gosh.
was weird.
I just don't like being like anybody else. I mean, I don't match my socks. I don't follow trends. If there's something hip that people are doing, I don't do it, just because I like to be different, and I don't like to I'd like to stand out in my own way. And sometimes there were certain things that I did on purpose to stand out, but.
Well, hey, now you're an investment banker plus a
Hmm.
boxer.
Hmm.
How do you find time to do everything that you do?
It works really well for me. The way that my schedule is set up for work, I start working at about 6 a.m. To 3 p.m. So we work out before, I work out somewhere in the lunchtime and after work. So everything just kind of stacks one against the next, and it just helps with time management. I don't really have to think about it. I just move from one thing to the next thing, and it just makes it really easy, actually.
Okay, it sounds like a lot to me. I'm not good at time management. I can juggle. It's easy to
Yeah.
do. Hey, I have to ask you, you have so many belts. You get 7 championship belts, and Rick gets the manager of the year belt. What do you do with all these belts? Do you like take them to the store with you, take them to work?
Um, well, right now, the WBC has given me the belt. The IBO has given me the belt. The WBO is on the way. I should get it tomorrow. So for right now, yes, they go a lot of places because we have a lot of people to see. We talk to our sponsors. We show up for meet and greets and things like that. People at the gym like to see them, so I do carry them around pretty often. Once I get
Mm.
all of them, I'm not really sure what the plan is or how we're going to do that, but Rick has always had me carry them around and just kind of show them off, and let people, take their part in it as well.
Okay, so what's next for Jessica McCaskill? Because you're on top of the world now.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not allowed to do anything yet. I'm in the gym, but they're keeping me from doing really any workouts, which my brain doesn't know how to function right now. So they're giving me a little time off. But after that, I mean, we'll get back into our regular regimen, and possibly looking at a McCaskill Taylor 2, possibly a rematch with Cecilia. I'm not sure if her alluding to retirement after the fight is really going to happen or not, but that's something to just think about. She has time to think about it, but those are probably my two top people.
Would you like to fight in Chicago?
No, I would rather fight somewhere else. It doesn't need to be Chicago. I mean, if there are places overseas that are open to fans and crowds and audiences, then that's obviously a better business move. You get something like Wembley
Mm-hmm.
Stadium and you fill it up with 100,000 people, that's, you know, historical. And we're always trying to push the envelope with things like that. But here in Chicago, we're still not. I mean, you can get a 6-top table at a restaurant and that's about it, you know. So it's just all about the business move and timing. And so even if I gave a solid answer right now, it could change in the next couple of months. So we just kind of have to flow with what's going on.
Okay. Well, Jessica, I tell you, I wasn't surprised. I was reading newspaper articles. They talk about this giant upset. Oh my goodness, how did she do this? They
That's
didn't
right.
know
You
your
weren't
toughness.
surprised.
They didn't know your toughness and your heart. I'm not surprised. But before I let you go, I got to beg. This red T-shirt you gave me, I love. I wore it out. That
Okay.
black one with the teal with Team
Yes.
McCaskill.
Yes.
I have to get one. I have
All
to
right.
get
I
one.
got you. I got
You
you.
got me? All right.
Yes.
Hey, Jessica. Hey, I got the T-shirt coming. Hey, thank you so much for taking time out. Congratulations. It wasn't an
Thank you.
upset to me. I think it was expected. And the best of luck to you and Rick. And thanks so much for taking time out.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Kenny.